10 things to consider when buying a commercial property in Ghana. You are welcome to Business Ghana TV, and today I'm going to share with you all this for free. Number one, what is a commercial property? It simply means a property, whether a land or a house that you actually buy and you intend to use it for business. You understand? So most of the offices you are seeing are commercial properties. The houses and the buildings you are seeing in the greater Accra are commercial properties. They are used for businesses, they are used for office spaces, they are used for shops, they are used for things that are used for business. So they are all commercial properties. And that is basically what it is. Yes. So now there are a lot of things you need to consider before buying a commercial property, because it will be very sad for you to rush into buying a commercial property without paying attention to these things. And when you rush thinking you've gotten a good deal without doing your due diligence right, you might end up losing a lot of money and getting frustrated. So don't allow yourself to go through this. Humble yourself and listen to what I got to share with you. Number one is to have a features of what you want and stick to it. Now, if you are just because you're interested in commercial property doesn't mean that you should accept anything that people bring on your table. You need to ask yourself, the property that you want, how do you want it? Is it going to be a story, 5-story building, 10-story building that you want? Is it going to be completed or uncompleted? Is it going to be on a 10 plot of land, 5 plot of land? Is it going to have office spaces or shops? How do you want it to be? That is what you need to ask yourself. If you don't figure this out, you might be wasting your time on a lot of properties. So you first of all have to have an idea of what you want, so you don't keep wasting your time on anything that comes on your desk. That is number one. And remember to stick to it. Don't let people convince you to shift from what you want into buying what they want you to. That's number one. Number two is location. If you want to buy a commercial property, you need to know the location you want to buy it from, and you also need to know what it means to get a property at that location. I get people come to me that they want to buy a property in the center of Accra, but they don't have the money. They're just talking. You don't know how much it costs to buy a land at East Legon. You don't know how much it costs to buy a house at Lakeside Estate. You don't know how much it costs to buy a house at Cantonment. You don't know. So you just, I want to. No. You understand? So you need to ask yourself, the location that you want to buy property, can you really afford it? And if you can afford it, the property that the agent is suggesting to you or someone is telling you there's a property here, it's nice, it is this, what, is it at that location that you want it? You need to ask yourself this. It is important for you to know the location, because the business you want to really operate at that place, is that location favoring that business or not? If it is not favoring, you might be wasting your time and your money procuring something that is not relevant to the business you want to run. So it is important you ask yourself, the house that they are suggesting to you, the land they are suggesting to you to buy, is it at a good location? You understand? Is it at the right location? That is what you need to also ask yourself. So if it is at the right location, then you can now talk about other things and do your other part of the due diligence. But if it is not on a good location, why would you waste your time? Let's say that someone is suggesting you to buy an office space at DODOWA. And you know that if you buy a property, such a big property at DODOWA, renting it out will be difficult. The businesses don't go well at that location. So why would you waste your time just because it is a cheap deal? You waste your time and go and be putting your money there when you can easily relax, take your time, observe, get it in Accra, Cantonment, or any other places, or East Legon or Medina, places that businesses run faster. You could relax, take your time, and get property over there. It may not be as big as the one in DODOWA, but at least it will give you more money and more returns than what you see at a very far location, which may be cheaper. So don't just look at prices, look at the location as well. I beg. Is to do a market research. The property that you are buying and the type of business that you want to put, or you want people to come and rent it for. Are there competitors at that location? And if there are competitors, how easy is it to actually navigate your way through when you have competitors around you? So if you are buying a big building in the center of Accra, and probably people are going to be buying it for shops, Yes, there is a lot of competition at that place. And what it means is that no matter how there's competition at that place and people rent the place, they can still sell. They can still make money. If you are also going to use it for your own business, you can still make money. Renting or having a big building at, let's say, cantonment that you intend to use it for a hotel or Airbnb, you can still make money because it's close to the airport. Buying, an apartment or, a building that you want to use it for rent at Lakeside Estate or at East Legon Hills, you can still make money. So those are good locations that you want to use it for commercial purpose, but at the same time, though the examples I give are residential though, but if you are going to use it for hotel, it's commercial, you understand? So though you are going to use it for commercial purpose, there's competition at that location, but people will still want to go and buy your property or rent it, and you still make your money at the end of the day. So assess that location and see, business wise, are there competitors? What are the business regulations over there? Are the business you want to, you want people to buy or rent the place for now? Is it allowed? Is it allowed to do those business there? Maybe you've gone to locate it at a location that they say maybe selling alcohol is not accepted. So what is the essence of you buying that property over there when you know the business you want to use it for doesn't work? So you need to ask yourself, the business environment, is there competition? What are the policies in terms of business policies around that place? What are they? That you can now figure out whether it is reasonable for you to buy that property or not. Number four is to investigate the government policies around that property and that location. Now, it is important that you, an individual, you want to buy the property before you even look for other lawyers and agents and things. These are things that you can do it personally, or you can just get one of your assistants to do them personally. So you need to assess the government policies around that property. You understand? Let's say like the way people are, there's a road construction at Adenta to DODOWA road. Yeah, there's a road construction over there, and someone was selling a shop to you, and probably the government has already taken over that property, and he has already paid the owners that they should vacate because he's going to use that place for the road. And when you saw it, you went to buy. That's a big financial error you are going to put yourself in. You needed to have investigated to see that, hey, the property that people are wicked. They took the money from the government and they are still selling it to make money from you. When they take the money from you, boom, they are gone. So you needed to have investigated and see what are the government policies around that location and around owning the property at that place. So you can investigate, you can check out the newspapers and see, is there any, communique from the government that he has taken over that place? You check at the newspapers, you check on social media, you check on the television station, you do your research. Other than that, you can even go to the district or the municipality to make inquiries about those locations, and you can figure out and know whether it is actually in the hands of the government or not. And probably, again, under the government policy, has the government made any policy that the business you want to run at that location is forbidden? Maybe you want to go into manufacturing of some items, and the government has said, oh, because of the smoke or carbon monoxide that may be produced as a result of your industrial work, it is not allowed for you to actually buy a property at that place, such a property at that place. So you didn't do an investigation, you rushed to buy. Now you want to undertake your business, it's difficult. You come online, you're complaining, and government of Ghana is doing this. So you needed to have investigated to check the government policies around that location, around the businesses you want to undertake at that location, and what are the government policies. That's it. So we'll move to the next. 5 is to hire an experienced real estate agent. I know most of you like things for free. You don't want to pay for agency distance. But this is a project you are going to pour a lot of money in. You are going to buy that land, or you are going to buy that. It's a huge amount of money. How much is it that you are paying an agent? $2,000, $1,000 for you to get his expertise. It's important. You understand? So before you buy that big project at that location, you needed to hire an agent. That agent will come with a lot of experience, and he can direct you as to what to do and what not to do. So it is important you get an agent, because he even single-handedly can do a lot of things that the lawyers would be doing. He can do a lot of things that evaluators will be doing. As an agent, he will be able to do a lot of things on your behalf. You understand? But if you want to go into detail, then you can seek the assistance of other people in. But for now, the agent can do a lot of things that you may have underestimated. And that is important for you to look and consider. Yeah. Number 6 is to hire the service of a surveyor. When the agent comes and the agent study everything and everything is fine according to his experience of everything, he will tell you to actually get a surveyor, or he will get the surveyor on your behalf. Then the agent will come, the surveyor will bring his machine to pick up the location, prepare a site plan, then he will use that site plan to actually go and do what? A land search to confirm that the owner of that building, the owner of that property, whether that land that property was built on is actually his or not. So the land is important for you to access it before you even talk about buying the building. So if you get a surveyor, the surveyor can do a land search, and that land search will bring a history of the owners of the land, and at the same time that land search can tell you the current owner of that land. And you make comparison with the owner, whether he's actually the owner. You compare the documents that he's having. That is where you can assess whether that land is actually his or not. If it is not his, you have saved yourself. You just move on. You forget about that deal. But if it is actually his, you can proceed to the next level. Next thing is to hire the service of a lawyer. Now, after you have done your land search and everything has been confirmed, don't think that the document the seller is giving you is the correct one. Don't think that there's no dispute on that land. Don't think that that is just all. You need to get the service of a lawyer. A lawyer will come to save you, because that lawyer will just take whatever that you have, whatever documents you have. He will take it to his chambers, do the necessary researches, bring out and expose the dispute or possible cases that are on that land, how many people are fighting over that land, what is there on that land, the problems that are on the land, and everything. He will expose all those things, and what are the future legal issues that you may encounter if you buy the property. The lawyer can be able to detect all those things, and he'll be able to save you. So don't underestimate the work of a lawyer. Hire a lawyer when you are buying a commercial property. It is a mandatory, because the lawyer can actually save you. And when you have to do your payments and everything, the lawyer can actually aid you through, and he'll be able to save you now and in the future. So it is important you hire the service of a lawyer, because he'll be able to assess the document to see whether those documents the seller or the owner of that property is giving to you is actually genuine or not. You'll be able to figure out the possible challenges or cases or dispute on that land and future possibilities. Don't underestimate the work of a lawyer. Number 8 is to hire the service of property valuation experts. That is we have people who are just experts in valuing the property. So you need to hire their services to come and check the property and see that the price that the seller is quoting, does that property actually qualify? Does that price actually qualify for that property? So the valuation officer will come and actually value the property and see, hey, this property, that amount that they are mentioning, is it actually qualified? That valuation officer will be able to give you an idea of the actual value of the estimated value of the property, and you will not going to be overspending on a property that only is worth a penny instead of that huge money they are mentioning. So you need the service of a valuation officer to actually help you reduce costs and save a lot of money. This thing is things that we actually look down upon in Ghana here, but it is very important. There are brokerage firms, there are companies that have experts who can do this work. There are even agents who are qualified to do this work. They can value the or contracted. They can value the property and actually come out with the actual amount or estimated actual amount that they think that property is worth. And you need to know this in order to be able to save yourself some monies. Number 9 is to hire the service of an engineer or a contractor. Why do you need this? You need them also to also come. What are they coming to do? They are coming to check the property and see whether there are some problems with the property. Some people are evil. When they build a property and they realize that maybe they didn't do the works right, they want to sell it off. And they will not tell you, the buyer, that this is the challenge that I'm facing, that I'm selling it. They tell, oh, no problem, I just need money. No, you don't need to listen to them. You actually need to hire an engineer who will come and hit the walls. They have their own machines they used to hit the walls. I remember when I was in school, they built our dining hall. They brought engineers who did that. They actually have a machine they can use to knock the wall after it has been plastered, to see whether the sound it produces, to see if it actually hurts the wall very much. They'll be able to do all these things to be able to confirm whether that property is well built or not. They'll be able to check from the grass. They'll be able to check the soil. They'll be able to check from beginning to the end. And they'll be able to tell you that, hey, this property you're buying, it doesn't have a problem. Or, hey, this property you're buying, it has a problem. So run for your life. So the engineers can actually also save you. These are things the agent will not be able to do himself. The lawyer will not be able to do. The valuation officer may not be able to do. But actually, the engineer is the one who will be able to do this, or the contractor is the one who will be able to do this. So you need the service of an engineer to be able to figure out the property you are buying on. It doesn't have any technical issue. It doesn't have any engineering problem. It doesn't have any problem. Like, it is actually well built in a befitting way. That way, it makes sense for you to actually, invite them to be able to help you through. If you find out that the property is not worth it and it has a problem, you can now go into negotiation table with the person and actually be able to hit the price down, because you've identified the problem and they can't run away because you have the right person. So it's either they sell or they don't sell. Bye-bye. That is it. That's number 9. Last one is actually to negotiate and follow. Negotiate simply means that you actually need to get a negotiator, or you have to know how to actually negotiate yourself so that you can reduce the price. Considering all the work that you have done, you might have figured out some problems and identify some problems that you may go through if you buy the property. Maybe you have to go another legal issue in terms of you have to put that when you are negotiating. Maybe you have some case you need to face on the land. Maybe you have some works that you need to do because the place they built, there's some problems that needs to be corrected at that portions. And you have to figure all those out. You figure out the cost and you'll be able to put it inside your negotiation to reduce the price. That's very important. So when you do all this, you'll be able to negotiate rightly and buy the property at the best interest, and you also get the right thing, the right benefit of it. Then the follow aspect is for you to follow my channel. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that here is where I give you value. I give you important things for you that will help you. I may be a young guy, but you can actually benefit from me. Thank you very much. My name is Imuru Sadat. Bye-bye. Assalamu alaikum.